anybody who doubted Quinn Ewers, which is fair. He didn't play at Ohio State last year. We had never seen him play football. He showed today why he had the recruiting ranking he did. You can't always base things off one drive, especially a first drive of the game, because it's scripted. You practice those plays 100 times to get ready for a game. What was most impressive was the second drive, and then he got hurt. And I hope he gets healthy because that kid is awesome. And with Worthy on the outside and Robinson, they could have some special talents. That's going to be this is going to be the talking point all year. And it's hard to necessarily disagree. I disagree. I think because of how gimpy Hudson Card looked, it was pretty cool. Like Will Anderson just running at him, and Will Anderson had a bad game. He had a bad game. He looked rattled and just out of control. But he made the play at the end to force the field goal. And it was a long field goal. Yes, they did. Alabama's run defense, I don't think anybody was necessarily concerned about, but they showed up in a big way today. I mean, Bijan Robinson might be the best running back in the country. 21 carries, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. He had 1 long carry of 18 yards, but outside of that, as Pitt is going to score a long touchdown against Tennessee. Yeah, that's a 60-yarder. But 1 touchdown. He had a long 18, but he wasn't normal Bijan Robinson. The Alabama run defense looked as good as it always did. The secondary is where they had a lot of issues. Bama's O-line and wide receivers got exposed. It's hard to disagree. The wide receivers were not good today. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs had the most looks. Young look average. I think a lot of that's the wide receivers and the O-line play. But when he needed to be great in the final 2 drives, he was, which is the big. Yeah. I mean, I hope so. They were bad. They weren't good. Like, Texas played a good game. You have to give a lot of credit to the Longhorns. I don't know. I can see the breakdown. I don't know how many of you are Alabama fans, how many of you are Texas fans, but you got to give Texas a lot of credit today. They played a great game. That crowd, DKR always has a little bit of a reputation as more like a pro crowd, which is kind of an insult. Alabama fans, you hear the same thing about Brian Denny, where it doesn't get crazy like it does against, like it does like LSU or a Clemson or a Penn State, the whiteout. It was nuts today. That was a great atmosphere, and Alabama can get that way too. Thinking like LSU 2019.